to your living room. We have here Sidi Benzahra. He's talk about the dilemma that women face and some of the challenge that that women facing, not just this country, but the world at all. Let's talk to him about your movie. Welcome to BelAhdan, Sidi. You know, Sidi Benzahra, usually that name, Arab bin, I've seen this.
Actually, my name is Sidi al-Sharqawi, Sidi Sharqawi. But my mom, actually, her name is Zahra. So I made up a name because my mom was, she worked so hard in giving us education.
So
that
was your decision?
Yeah, it was my decision. So actually, Benzahra is a name that I made up, but actually my last name is Sharqawi.
Which is an area or group of people.
Yeah,
we have a tribe in Egypt, Sharqawi. It's a very prominent group of people. Talk to us a little bit. I mean, I know it's almost the dilemma of any Arab, men or women, that they go study something, but their passion.
And then what I do, I get a flashlight, I get films from cameras, and then I make like a project the film into the wall,
Really?
and then you can see a big screen. And I invite my friends, and they come see pictures on the wall.
You are the most popular kid in the block. Everybody wants to.
So
watch.
So I had that desire, but also I wanted to go to school. And actually, in the beginning, I didn't like school, but my mom was the one actually pushed me to go to finish my
nuclear physics. My goodness, I don't know if they will let you do this here, an Arab American study nuclear physics. But tell us a little bit about your movie. They bring it here, Woman Series. What I mean, I watched some of the clip, and we're gonna watch a clip at the end. But this is a bunch of women. They had difficulties and rape and all sorts.
Yeah.
And they left their own, homes here in Minneapolis, and they took a refugee.
So one of them actually decided to get them all together, and then they go for like a summer, like a retreat, to go to a ghost town, because one of the women, actually, her dad owns land. And
so it was an innocent idea. It wasn't like, I want to go. Okay.
No, they just wanted to go live by themselves.
Like going to a spring break?
Yeah, live for a while by themselves, and then just read and recite poetry and have some, like a refuge. And when they went there, they encountered the rednecks. And then the rednecks came in, and then they
We call them the
started,
rednecks in the movie?
Yeah, the rednecks.
Is that a politically correct name for...
Well, I mean, what can you say? The tough locals.
You're not going to have a market in South, and I can tell you that.
Yeah,
but anyway, that's fine. Go ahead.
So what happened when they got there? Actually, the rednecks, they started harassing them, and then there was actually they started fighting the rednecks. Okay, and actually, I don't want to say the whole thing about
the ending.
The ending, but there was a kind of a clash between men and women.
Yeah,
these women were seeking freedom and liberty.
And when you say freedom, because there's a very detailed dialogue. I mean, when you say freedom, liberating, whatever, was it a liberation from their own problem or liberating from man? Because they want to live without man.
Yeah. Well, not with because like actually Minneapolis, in many places, women at night, they can't get out at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. They have to be with somebody else. But this area here, it's way in the middle of the country, so they can just stay, and then they can do whatever they like in the middle of the night. They can go for a walk. And so there is some freedom there, too. But in the city, from what I experience and I talk to people I know, is you have a freedom, but it's limited. There is actually a group of women called Take Back the Night. And these women, they want to take back the night because they can't get out at night.
Actual group?
Yeah, there is a group called Take Back the Night.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when they say take back the night, from what?
The night.
Who owns
take
the
back
night?
the night from from men. Because men, they go out at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
we own the night.
We own the night.
We sleep at day. That's why we sleep at daytime.
Yeah.
But let me quote you something I found very fascinating from one of the women, the strongest one, the leading. She said, we came from a wounded womb, and we will never go back to a tomb.
The tomb, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
is a wounded womb, are you equating births with rape, or rape and birth?
Well, a wounded womb is like women who were hurt, And also when women give birth, they feel pain, they feel hurt too. So we came back, all of us came back from wounded womb because there is a pain when you give birth. So, and when we won't go back to the tomb. Tomb is like a death, like losing something. So these women, they don't want to lose something. They want to keep the day. They want to keep the energy. They want to stay alive instead of die or lose the night. So
yeah, it has, you know, it's a very simple story or narrative, but it has a very, you know, it's like you have to work with symbolism a lot. You know, like the two kids when they were dancing together, the black girls and I mean the white girls and black person. Very innocent, very very nice, and he was telling her, "You dance like a white girl." And then he wants to teach her how to issues with a very innocent way.
Yeah, you see in the movie, actually the movie, it doesn't just discuss racism, it discusses religion. Actually in the movie I picked up 3 women which has different religions, one Christian, one Muslim, and one Jewish. And then I try to combine these women friendship so they can get rid of that hate between the religions. And also the movie discusses racism. So in the movie, I put in a black woman there, African American, and what happens there? So there are clashes between
too many layers of conflict.
Yeah, too many layers of conflict, and I did this so people when they watch this movie.
Your second movie.
Yeah, this is my first movie.
So where do you get your experience from? How do you know all about this?
Well, I got my experience from the actors and from the.
So they're not the one to tell you.
So I learned as I go. So I just listen to them. The actors really have experience, and then they will get surprised by the Texan woman. She's gonna come out and surprise
how
them.
strong they were.
Yeah,
very not stereotyping here. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Good luck for Minneapolis.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have Sidi Benzahra as a movie director and Woman City. Check it out on our website and coming soon in your neighborhood. Assalamu alaikum and God bless you all.
I came here for an adventure, and I got one. Not really what I thought was going to happen, but I guess I believe in something a little bit more now than I did before, and saw some things and lost some people. And can I stop? Okay.
About domestic abuse, a future where we can not only be respected, but more importantly, we can respect ourselves. Men have held the power for far too long. It is time to stand up and claim our power as women. It is time for us to restore balance to the world. It is time for us to stop tearing each other apart and start trusting one another and learning how to strengthen each other. And if we do that, if we stand together as one, we can build that better future for our children and for ourselves.